Okay. So if I want to put the information, want to lay this stuff out, I can move this over now. So I can just delete this, and I go over to this right side, put a space, put my little icon, and then I'm going to go to type, insert special character, symbols, or sorry, marker, and then current page number. And that is the page number that we're going to put on there. So that shows the page number there. And then I can even change the weight of some of these, heavy, right? And I did the other side as well. I don't even know if Spin Magazine exists anymore. I think I want to do Spin Magazine on the outside. So I'm going to put that on this side. There you go. And then I'm also using these line tool, and this line tool is above your return key. It's next to your brackets, and it's really helpful sometimes if you want to space out things. You can also use bullets, but I want to get that same exact spacing, copy, and I'm going to go to here, and I'm going to put it here, paste. So that's the same spacing. Oh, and I also want this to be bold. I think I said heavy, yeah. Okay, so that's the beginning of putting your page numbers in. Do you guys have any questions about the page numbers so far?
No.
Okay. It's all in the video, so you don't have to worry about it. Okay, so now I'm going to go in, and I'm going to talk about the columns and the grid structure. I can't stress enough the importance of having a grid when you're doing any type of design layouts. So if you're doing any kind of design, even if you're prepping a brief for your animation that you're pitching to somebody, or you're creating a I don't know, an invoice for your photography that you're working on, a grid structure is really important. If you just type it out in this one big column, it's very hard for people to read. So grids are really important. So we're going to set up a grid structure in your master page. Currently, I am in the master page, and how I know I'm in the master page is 1, down at the bottom, it says a master page, and 2, up at the top here in the pages, it says a master page. So I know I'm in the master page. Plus, if I zoom in, it's showing me an A for the page number, and that's not a page number. So I know I'm in the master page. So you want to make sure you know where you are, because I've had in the past students design whole entire layouts in their master page, not realizing that they're having problems, and it's because they designed it in the master page. So now I'm in the master page. I'm going to click on both sides of the master page in the pages panel, and I'm going to go to layout, margins and columns. And in the margins and columns, I'm going to set up a number of margins. You can do a 2-column layout, you can do a 3-column layout, you can do a 4. The more columns you have, the more flexibility in the grid structure that you have. So I am going to pick 6, and in the video that you guys will watch, it's also 6. But I've worked on editorial layouts specifically for Spin Magazine, and we worked on an 8-column grid. And what happens is a lot of times some people even have 16-column grid for flexibility, and this can be hugely confusing for a lot of people. So I'm just sticking to the 6-column grid. This allows me to put a column here, a column here, a column here, 3 different columns, or I can put 2 columns, or I can put 1 big column and 1 small column of text I'm looking at. And I can also span images across here. But it's really important to set up your grid, and that's in your master page. And as soon as you come to the regular pages right here, you'll see it's in your master page now. So I'm going to save this. The other thing too is that you want to set up your layers. So in your layout, there's also, and we're at 12, so I need to give you guys a break. But the layers panel, we're going to open this up and we're going to set up our layers. The first layer that you want to put is you want to put a layer for your master page items. So I'm going to name this layer as master page items. And you do that by clicking twice on the layer. 1, 2. Master page items. Okay. And in here is where we have our master page items. Right here they are. If I go to my master page and I go to my layers, there they are. And I want to make sure that they're there. And yep, everything's there. So now I'm going to set up another layer. I'm going to get out of master page and I'm going to set up another layer. I'm going to go to my regular pages and I'm going to make a new layer. And you could do that by clicking the little button down here and it goes new layer, and then you click twice on it and give it a name. Or what I like to do is I like to go up here and say new layer so that it just pops this up. And then we're going to name this body copy or text, either one. And another layer that's going to be images or photos. And another one that's background, backgrounds. Okay, so that if I have colored backgrounds or even if I have photos that I want in the background, I can put that here. So now we have these layers. The first thing is that the master page items needs to be at the top because you need to have that stuff above everything else. So we're going to move the master page items to the top. Then the backgrounds are going to be at the bottom. And then usually the images are right above the backgrounds, and then you have your body copy. And what you want to do is you want to lock these when you're not using them. The master page one is already locked. You can't even select things in the master page, but you can lock them. You just click on a little lock right here. And then I'm going to lock my background. And then we are going to bring in our images and our body copy when you guys come back from your break.